Alright, hey y'all, so I'm here. I will be reviewing the show Our Kind of People, okay? I did not do episode 1, but I did watch episode 1, so we're going to be here. We on episode 2. Alright, before we get started, let me say something. Let me tell you something. This cast, top, this cast is stacked. Do you hear me? First of all, we got Yaya, okay, originally from America's Next Top Model, okay? Did she win? I don't even know if Yaya won that season. I'm not sure if she did or if she didn't. But she been acting for a good little minute now, okay? Who else we got? We got Amber fucking Riley in here. We got Morris fine ass Chestnut. We have Lance fine ass Lance Gross and Kofi from Queen Sugar. Baby. But top tier right there, okay? Then we got my baby girl Lizzie from Lincoln Heights. But first of all, Lincoln Heights was an amazing show. Used to come on ABC Family. Amazing. We got my bitch Lizzie from Lincoln Heights, okay? In this episode, I think we had Auntie Dot from Medea, okay? And then we got the monologue king himself, Papa Pope. What more can I get? This cast is top tier. And the auntie, I can't even think of her name. What is it? It's Debbie. It's Deborah something. Is it Deborah Allen? I think it might be Deborah Allen. The auntie, top. Come on, top tier casting. Highly melanated situation. But anyway, let's get into episode 2. Like I said, I watched episode 1, so I'm aware of everything that happened. So we start off the episode with Angela, and I'm sorry y'all if I don't get everybody's names right because I'm still like kind of learning the show. But we start off with Angela. She's in the mirror, she's doing her hair and she's talking about the importance of Black people hair, how we use our hair for a lot of different things, braids, a lot of times, back in the motherland could differentiate people as far as tribes, and you could communicate. And we even once we got over here, it said that braids were used to help, people get through the Underground Railroad. So our hair is amazing. I know like mine is like, permed right now, but it's still amazing. Don't worry about it. Don't judge me. Judge your mama, okay? But yeah, Yaya's hair has always been beautiful. It has always been beautiful, and it's so like luscious. And I wish I could be like Team Natural. I tried like 2 years ago, and like the patience, I just don't have it. But God bless everybody who can. The people, the hairstylists on the show, gotta be like top tier, top tier, because y'all hairstyles are amazing on this show. Anyway, they go to church. So she goes to church and she ends up saying, now again, I don't know everybody's name, so certain people, I'm gonna just call them by what it is. So Lance Gross's character, right? Lance, he tells her, I think after church, that he'll help her with the renovations and stuff like that on her shop. So boom, that's that. Then we got Mama Raymond. Okay, she's over here talking to Leah, and she's saying to Leah like, she sees Angela over there talking, and she's like, you need to deal with that, and then you also need to deal with this. And she shows her something on the phone, and she's like, you need to get your daughter under control with all of that drinking and da 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 da. So then Angela comes up to Leah and tries to talk to her and tries to be like, I see what you did, because we all know in the last episode she threw her out there about her mama going to jail and stuff. And so she was like, you really tried to bring me down, you trying to kick me out of here. And I call her Miss Bougie, even though I know her name is Leah, but I call her Miss Bougie. Miss Bougie is like, well, we're on people like you. We don't just come and we visit. We do Black excellence 24/7. Can't stand those type of Black people. Trust me, been around them. Very much so annoying. So then we see Raymond. Morris Chestnut is such a fine man. I'm talking about like top tier fine. Been fine. Hasn't fell off. Super fine, okay? Him and Leah, they're upstairs and they're talking, and she ends up telling Raymond how she actually really got the company. She was like, he really didn't step down. I pretty much had to press him and blackmail him for the company. So he's just kind of like, okay. And then they end up having sex. So then Angela ends up getting in the DNA test, because last episode she went and got like the wig that she let Leah borrow, and then she took like a strand of hair and sent it out for a DNA test. Come to find out, they are absolutely sisters, okay? Boom, they're sisters. They share a same parent. So then we go and we see Raymond, he's talking to some white man, which we end up finding out later that his name is, what is this white man's name? Is it Jack? Jack, okay? And I didn't really get this conversation until the very end, but they're just talking about Darmont. And again, tell me in the comments, because I really missed this whole part because I was like working while I was watching this. But I think Darmont is like a company that's technically underneath the Franklin Holding Company. But tell me if I'm wrong. I don't really exactly remember how he said that was put together. I know they said it was like the DuPont's name and then somebody else's name, and it was like put together. That's all I really remember. But anyway, they talk about that and how the company's like kind of fucked up. So Leah is at like, one of her little meetings, and she is talking to her daughter, and her daughter name is Lauren, right? Is that her name? Yes, Lauren, okay? She's talking to her daughter, Lauren, and she's talking to her. Lauren look a fucking mess. She looked like she done been through it, okay? Just look completely fucked up. And she's like, you need to do better, and you can always talk to me, and I will accept you. Now, she said out her mouth, there's no way that I would never love you. I will always love you. So then she gets up because she goes to go throw up. Lauren does. And she leaves her phone. So then her mom picks up her phone and looks at it and goes through like the pictures, I guess, that she was looking at. And it was her and Taylor, which is her girlfriend that jumped over, got pushed over. We don't fucking know what happened, okay? And I guess, she puts two and two together. So then at this point, they talk about this gala that's coming up, and Angela brings up the idea, well, instead of us just calling like the Black Business or the Black Entrepreneur Gala, like that's so basic, why don't we come up with something else? And so nobody says anything. But then when Angela says, oh well, let's call it the Black Diamond Gala, now everybody at the table's like, oh my gosh, Angela, that's just so the kiss ass types, right? So Angela is like me, just looking at them bitches like, yeah, okay, all right. And so on the way out, Angela sees Raymond, and she asks him, again about the different things that she's trying to do, and able to get the grant. Do y'all think they're going to end up having sex? I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but do you see that coming down the road anytime soon? I'm just asking y'all that. But anyway, she's asking him about the grant, and he just tells her, keep doing what you're doing. I like your hustle. I'll keep my eye out on it. So I'm not going to hold y'all. This whole little portion right here, I was really confused. Again, I was working, so I don't really remember how she got to this woman's house, who told her about this woman's house, or maybe she learned. I can't remember exactly. All I know is that when she walked in, it was this old lady and said, oh, bitch, you here now. And I said, ooh. Then it goes to commercial and it comes back. So Angela starts doing the woman's hair and asking her, do you mind if I ask you about my mama? And the lady is kind of like talking, but like you can tell that there's like something maybe like a little bit, I don't even want to say it's like there's something mentally wrong with her, but I don't know. She just seemed like a little bit out of it a little bit. So, because she wasn't even really talking, like she was talking in sentences, but it was kind of scattered a little bit. So she says, I forgot what her mama name is. I don't know if it's Evelyn. I think it might be Evelyn. She's like, Evelyn wasn't shit. You know what I mean? I told your father. So she knows who Angela's real father is. So she was like, I told your father, if he lie down, maybe. Is that Leah's mom? Is that who that is? Because that would make a whole lot of sense. But y'all told me in the comments, because again, I missed that part. Anyway, she pretty much was like, I told your dad if he lays down with dogs, he gonna get up with fleas, and that's exactly what he did. He got with Evelyn, and she wasn't nothing. And Angela, she was like, don't say that. She was a good person. She was like, no, she took $50,000 and gave up her baby and her body. She was like, what? That's not true. That's not true. She said, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And she was like, I was the old president of, their little sorority. She said, so I know everything. And at the end of the day, Evelyn was just a money-hungry ass whore. And so Angela, of course, gets upset and she leaves. And then the lady said, you and your father put me in here. Y'all have to get me out of here. Now, did she say, Leah, you and your father put me in here? Y'all got to get me out of here? I think that's what she said. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Angela ends up seeing Lance Grace, and he ends up asking her out for dinner, and she says no, but they can go like to this party together. But before they go, he ends up like looking on the blueprints and seeing that there's a room like on the floor that they're on. So he uses his hammer, he breaks into there, come to find out there's like this whole other room. It has a whole bunch of like her mom stuff in there. So then we get to the Forbes shoot. Okay, the Forbes cover shoot is for Leah, you know, because she is taking over the company and she's the head of the company, and she's talking to her daughter. Motherfucking Papa Pope arrives. I know his name is Teddy, but he's Papa Pope. Papa Pope comes on the scene. You know, when he was like, oh, I'm just here to answer some questions. I said, I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Or if he do, he about to tell some really, really bad secret to yours. I don't know what he gonna do, but you don't trust Papa Pope. Papa Pope is not to be trusted in any universe. I don't care what multiverse you put Papa Pope in. Not to be trusted. He's always gonna have the upper hand. Just always remember that. Papa Pope, he's always gonna win, like he said later on. But you know, he was like, he does a wonderful monologue again, talking about, you know, how all he wanted for her, and Leah was like, it was money. He said, no, it's power. And, you know, my father used to look at me and be like, oh, why would you want the white man's power? He said, but he never told me why I shouldn't want it. Okay, so I got the power, and that's what it is. You know, Papa Pope gets off on being a really powerful, like, black man within a white space. He thrives off of that shit, okay? This character in particular definitely does. Teddy does. So, Leah, while she's talking to Papa Pope, is just like, you know, well, I also know about, you know, you cheating on mama. And I also remember when I was little, we went to Boston and we seen some little girl, and I've never seen you that shook up before. And I'm like, okay, so she's putting the pieces together. She's putting the pieces together. So, once the shoot is over, Leah and Lauren go over to Angela's shop. Now, mind you, she's on the phone trying to figure out the whole DNA test situation. Not DNA test situation, sorry. She's trying to figure out, you know, who did she leave the hospital with as a baby. But they end up coming in. So once they come in, they ask where her daughter is. And Angela says, oh, she's at the hospital with Taylor. And so Lauren's like, she's with Taylor? She said, yeah, she's been at the hospital with her every single day since this whole thing has happened, which is amazing because she didn't even really know Taylor like that. So that's pretty amazing. And so Lauren at this point, you know, pretty much admits, you know, that she's like in love with her, because I think her mom was like, oh, you know, I know you care about her. She was like, I love her. I love her. And then the mom was just like, well, I really can't support that. And I feel like it's less about because she's gay, and it's more because she don't want, like, I guess she feels like Taylor ended up saying in that video that was seen earlier with them two on the phone, that, oh, your mom thinks that I'm the bad influence when really it's you. So I really don't even think it's oh, it's because you're gay. I think it's really a look what happened to her. She's not a good influence. She don't really mix in and mingle in. That's what it more so gives me. So Lauren gets upset and leaves out. So Angela, we go to another scene. Angela ends up finding her auntie like in the little room that's in the wall that they found with her mom and stuff, and comes in and says that she found out that she was given away for 6 months after she was born to this woman named Deborah. Okay. And so the auntie was like, that was the hardest thing that she had to do. And so Angela's like, so you trying to tell me that you knew? Auntie is holding some secrets. Auntie is holding some real secrets. And it's like, on one hand, Auntie, you gotta tell her these things, but at the same time, I can understand like that holding on to something that like your sibling told you in confidence, or holding on to something that you know your sibling wouldn't want their child to know. Like, I can understand that's probably like a hard balance. So her aunt pretty much told her, like, look, when she had you, she could not handle it. She couldn't afford you. She couldn't do any of that. So there was a really rich woman who wanted a baby. So, you know, she gave her to you. And she was like, so she gave me away for $50,000? She was like, she took the money, but she didn't actually sign the papers. And when it got down to it, she took you back or whatever. And then Angela was like, well, did she give the money back? And she said, no, she didn't give the money back. But the only reason she didn't give the money back is because I was in some stuff and she gave me the money because I needed it. And then she literally worked the rest of her life to pay that money off. I was like, damn. That's crazy. Y'all really need to get into like the secret lives of y'all grandma and y'all great aunties. The best part about getting older is finding out family secrets. I promise you, that is my favorite part of coming an adult. Like, you find out why this cousin don't talk to that cousin, and what they was doing back in the 70s, and this person sleep with this person's husband, but then this person got divorced. It's the best part about growing up. I'm telling you, it's the best part about growing up. Okay, so then we have the black diamond ball. Okay, you know, Angela and Lance, they look so damn good together. Okay, look so damn good. Okay, Angela ended up bringing Auntie Dot from, you know, Medea. That's not what she was in this show. On this show, she was like a business owner from back in Boston. So she brought her and all her niggas on the carpet. It got real niggified real fast, and Leah was coming down the carpet with Raymond, and she did not like that shit. But you know, Aunt Dot was like, come here, come stand in the picture too. And then she was like, yes, I'm so glad to be in between the lady who was on Forbes and the lady behind the Forbes shoot. And then they was asking later, like, what do you mean behind the Forbes shoot? Now, earlier when Leah was at the Forbes shoot, she picked up like one of the like sprays, I guess, that was used on her hair, and it was Eve's, you know, crown. So she was like, this bitch is everywhere. So that's pretty much where it comes from. So she know how to play the game a little bit. She finagled her shit just a tad bit, okay? So when they go inside, Raymond comes up to Angela and congratulates her on, you know, how she finagled herself to get into the Forbes article. And, you know, he said to come to his office and he was going to interview her. Then they have Miss Sago perform. I'm like, yes, Miss Sago. Yes, sir. That's a good time. And he's a good vibe, for real. So Nikki and Auntie, okay, they're all talking to each other. You know, they come in a little bit after Angela do. They're talking. And then I think his name is Quincy. That's the son's name. That's like Leah and Raymond's son. I think his name is Quincy, I think maybe. So he comes over and the auntie is like, kissing cousins. And I'm like, right. Because at first I was feeling the vibe of them two, like, you know, maybe being cute little couple, little teenage couple. But no, that's your cousin. And we are not gonna have a Game of Thrones situation. We're not gonna have it. That's your cousin. Leave it alone. So then Lauren comes by and Lauren is like to Nikki, why did you tell my mom about everything that happened? And she said, I didn't tell her anything. So then Lauren starts going off and is like, you don't belong here, and you need to be serving us like your grandmother was serving you. And the hood had to come out of Nikki. Cause see, what y'all don't know about Nikki is that Nikki is here cause she done got expelled from school for fighting. She will drag you all up and down this place and not give two fucks, okay? So Nikki's hood came out and was like, bitch, I wasn't lying, but I got receipts on you if you really want to take it there. I said, I know that's the fuck right. So Angela sees that they're arguing and ends up snatching up Nikki. She's like, why are you doing this here? And Nikki was like, girl, bye. You're full of it because you want me to be just like them and you're doing the same thing. In the midst of that happening, they're introducing Leah and Teddy on stage. And Teddy come on stage and Angela just kind of, it's like a cloud. So let me see. So they get on stage, right? This is classic Papa fucking Pope, okay? He gets on the stage and Papa Pope, aka Teddy, aka Papa Pope is like, you know, I'm really proud of my daughter, you know, but, you know, just to put it out there, she's not going to be the head. She's going to continue to be co-chairman the way she is. But I am proud of her. And let's give it up for our beautiful cover. And the cover is both of them together, like standing next to each other. I said, you will never get Papa Pope. You will never, ever, ever freaking get Papa Pope, okay? So when they get off the stage, you know, of course, Leah all stuck, and he said, I told you, you thought you got it, but you didn't. And he said, all of that little stuff that you got on me, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I go down, so does your husband, because we're a little bit connected and all of that. So let's just keep that. And he said, you're good, baby, but you're not better. What did Jada Kid say? It's good, but it's not enough. That was pretty much his whole thing. And he said, you're not better, and you just won't win. And I put in my notes, when will her or Olivia ever learn? You will never outsmart Papa Pope. It's just not gonna happen. He's Teddy in this alternate universe. He's not King of Monologues. always 10 steps ahead. You ain't gonna never win. It's just not gonna happen, okay? So Angela sees him and she starts to go towards him, and then Lance sees her and she's like, stop, 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 stop. But she panics and then she runs out to like the beach and throws up. And then Nikki comes out there to like, make sure she's okay. So we go back to the party, or to the ball. And in the back, okay, I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure I had this right. So in the back, Raymond is saying to Leah, you told me I would get full control of Darman. Because I think that's what she told him, like when she initially told him about her taking over. And Raymond says that he wants his company back. And he is sick of Teddy. And at the end of the day, he don't know what she's talking about. But he will never, ever, ever give up Franklin, as the company. So he storms out. Now Jack, the white guy that he was talking to on the boat, comes in. And I could feel something, but I wasn't sure. And, he was like, oh, don't worry about him. And she really wasn't paying no attention to Jack. She was like, oh, thanks, Jack. And then Jack just kissed her. When Jack kissed her, Lauren had just so happened to walk in at the same time. So then Lauren is like all shook up. She's like all tense. So she runs out to the red carpet and she see her daddy. He's like, what's wrong? Like you look like you saw a ghost. So then Leah comes storming up, and she's not storming up, but running up, and she's like, no, let's not do this right now. Let's not do this right now. I'm like, baby, the cameras would have had all of this. This would have been all over TMZ, Shade Room Bowler. It would have been everywhere. And she's like, let's not do this here. Let's not do this here. And so then while they're doing that, the cops end up coming on the damn red carpet. I'm like, baby, frontline head news the next day. I'm telling you right now. And they pretty much say that Taylor has awoken from her slumber, aka coma, and said that Lauren pushed her over the damn thing. So Lauren is like, that's not true, and says to Nikki, turns to Nikki, who's like standing there with Angela, like, tell them I didn't do it. And to be quite honest, Nikki said the truth. She said, I can't say that because I didn't see you. I did not see you. And then they told Lauren that she was getting arrested for attempted murder. I said, bae. Now, some people could say that Nikki was like just being petty, but on some real shit, she came after. She did not see what happened. All she knows is that she heard what's her name screaming. And when she got up there, she was looking over. But you could have damn well pushed her. Who knows? Now, you are a little distraught, so it doesn't make me feel like you pushed her. But also, Taylor was like writing lies and stuff like that on the pictures of the family. So this could be like a whole setup from Taylor's end. I don't know. But you can't get mad at Nikki because she really didn't see that you didn't do it. So, and why would she vouch for you in the first place when you're such a bitch? Who would do that? Okay. Anyway, so then we move on. Next day. Let me see. Angela goes to see Lance's fine ass and apologizes. And we find out that his daddy was a security guard and was a security guard for Raymond and was shot dead in the line of duty. And once he died, I said Raymond, not for Raymond, sorry. His dad was a security guard for Teddy. And then once his dad died, Teddy pretty much took care of him and put him through school and all this other stuff. All I know is that I have in my notes, y'all is fine as fuck. When she dropped her, fine, big fan, okay? So then the last scene, we got Leah and Teddy. Leah goes into Teddy's office, okay? And, they're talking about, he says, oh, don't worry about her. I'm going to get her the best lawyer. I'm going to handle it like I always do. He said, but I'm going to tell you this. You remembered that night in Boston correctly. I did have an affair with a woman, but I chose to stay with you and your mama, and Angela is your sister. I said, well, at least we didn't drag that out all season. At least that. So now I'm thinking, all right, I didn't know if y'all was going to wait till the end of the season to kind of figure it out. But now that y'all know now what's happening. And then he said, we need to play chess with her because I think neither him or Leah really understand why she's here. And I think that they both think that she's here to claim some type of the company. And I don't think that's really why she's there. But I think as the time goes on, that's the role that she's going to play because that's how y'all want to play her. And then at the very end, Auntie is burning some picture, I think, of her and her sister. And then Papa Pope shows up, aka Teddy, aka Papa Pope shows up, and she got scared and she pulls out her gun. And he's like, that's not how you meet an old friend, is it? Now, Auntie said that she did not know that was her baby daddy. I'm wondering, did she lie about that? Or did she know him, but not know that that was her sister's baby father? Girl, Auntie is keeping a lot of secrets, and we're going to need you to open up your mouth and tell us, sis. But y'all get in the comments, y'all tell me what y'all think about the second episode, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.